Okay, we've all heard it, right? Follow your passion. It's on posters, it's in graduation speeches, it's everywhere. But is that really the best advice? Is it the secret to a happy, successful life? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that famous saying and explore a much smarter way to think about it. I mean, it sounds so good, doesn't it? The advice is simple. Follow your passion. It's this powerful idea that promises a life where your work feels like play. But, as you're about to see, that simple advice, well, it hides a whole lot of complexity. Because let's be honest, for a lot of us, that advice can feel like a trap. It can make you feel lost if you haven't found your one true calling, or worse, it can lead to total burnout when you try to turn a hobby you love into a 9-to-5 job. So today, we're going to take that advice apart and build a better, more practical plan for a fulfilling career. So first, let's just talk about why this idea is so popular in the first place. The promise of following your passion is, it's incredibly appealing. It taps right into our deepest human desire for work that actually means something to us. So what do we really mean by passion, anyway? It's definitely not just a casual interest. Researchers have a pretty clear definition. It's a powerful drive towards something you love, something you think is important, and, this is key, something that actually becomes part of who you are. And you know this feeling. It's when you're so deep into something that hours feel like minutes. That's what psychologists call a state of flow. That's the dream, right? To feel energized and alive by what you do every single day. That's the promise. But as amazing as that dream sounds, the road to passion is rarely a straight shot. So now it's time for a little bit of a reality check. Now, this is so interesting. The whole idea of finding your passion makes it sound like it's some hidden treasure you just have to stumble upon. But a big study from Stanford found that this mindset can actually backfire. When things get tough, people think, oh, I guess this wasn't my passion after all, and they give up. The smarter way? Think about developing your passion. The challenges aren't roadblocks, they're the path itself. And get this, not all passion is created equal. There are actually two types. There's harmonious passion, which is the healthy kind. It fits into your life, it feels good, it's something you choose. But then there's obsessive passion. That's when an activity controls you. It causes conflict, anxiety, and eventually total burnout. So it's not just what you're passionate about, it's how you engage with it that makes all the difference. And to put a number on it, one study found that people with a healthy, moderate passion spend about 8.5 hours a week on it. So, see, you don't have to quit your day job and go all in 24/7 for something to be a really meaningful and important part of your life. And yeah, let's just get real about the tough stuff. Your passion for, I don't know, making artisanal teacups isn't going to pay the rent if no one's buying them. You have to have skills. You have to understand the market. And you have to face the paradox that sometimes turning what you love into your job is the fastest way to stop loving it. Which brings us to a super practical piece of advice. Before you ever think about making a huge leap, like quitting your job, the experts say you should aim to have at least 6 months of living expenses saved up. Seriously, that financial safety net gives you breathing room. It lets you build your passion from a place of creativity, not desperation. Okay, so we've seen the dream and we've faced the reality. Now for the good stuff. Let's build an actual, actionable plan for making your passion a sustainable and joyful part of your life. Here it is, a 4-step roadmap. Step 1 is all about you, self-discovery. Really dig into what lights you up. Then, step 2, you test it out. Start small. A weekend project, a cheap online course. Whatever you do, don't quit your day job yet. Step 3 is where the work comes in. Build your skills. I love this idea that passion is the spark, but skills are the fuel. And finally, step 4, plan for reality. Do the research, crunch the numbers, and make a real plan. Look, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term journey. And to actually make it to the finish line, you've got to have the right mindset. Think of these as your internal compass. Having a growth mindset means you see a failure not as a dead end, but as tuition for your next success. Defining your own version of success is huge. It frees you from comparing your journey to someone else's. You've got to stay curious and be willing to adapt, because guess what? Your passions might change. And maybe most importantly, don't do it alone. Find your people. So this table just pulls it all together into practices you can actually use. It's all about breaking things down into tiny goals, balancing your dream with your real life, and never, ever stopping the learning process. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this: consistency beats intensity every single time.
So let's end right here with this powerful new idea. Stop looking for your passion like it's a set of lost keys. Instead, think of it as something you build, brick by brick, with curiosity and skill and a big dose of reality. So the real question isn't what passion you're going to find, it's what are you going to start building today?